and welcome back to Brushwood's Crafts. On today's episode, we're going to be making something so delicious, it's spooky. We're going to be making sticky buns. Alright, so first we're going to start off by making the dough. So the first step in making the dough is 2 packages of yeast, or 1 package is 2 1/4 teaspoon. So that would be 4 1/2 teaspoons. So go ahead and put that in. And then you need 2 cups of warm water. So just go ahead and pour that in as well. And then we're going to give it a nice little whisk, just a little one. And then we're going to cover it up and let it rest for 10 minutes. Alright, so now we're just going to let it rest. It's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and uncover it. And we're just going to set our towel to the side because we will need that again. So you want to give it another little whisk, and then you want to start adding your other ingredients. We have 1/4 cup of oil, we have 2 eggs, we have just a little bit over 1/3 cup of sugar, and then we have 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay. So we're going to make sure we get all that mixed together, and then we're going to start adding our flour. You need about 5 to 6 cups of flour, so you can go ahead and put in your flour. I separated mine into 4 cups and 2 cups. Okay. Right, and then just give it a nice mix here. Get that flour all nice in there. So before you start adding any more flour, you want to put that 4 cups all together. So there we go. All right, now I'm going to slowly start adding the 2 cups. So we're just making sure we get all of it mixed up. Right. And now that it's firming up, we can remove the whisk from the equation. Come on. All right. And we're going to just start adding in a little bit more at a time. And this is where we're going to switch to our hands. Add more flour if needed. There we go. There you go. So we're going to get this formed into a nice little ball. Now that we have that done, what we're going to do is drizzle some oil over top of it. And just smooth it out. Go ahead and flip it a little bit. And that will help keep it moist. Alright, and what we're going to do is we are going to cover it up again, and this time we're going to leave it covered for about an hour or so. Alright, now that our dough's been rising for about an hour, I've laid out some parchment paper here. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of that leftover flour over it. And this is just so I have easy cleanup. Okay, now we're going to take our dough and just dump it out. Get some flour on our hands. And we're gonna get out all those air bubbles. Oops. Okay, what we're gonna do is divide this into 2 loaves. Roll it back into a ball. Okay. And we're gonna let it rise for another, I think 30 minutes should do it. Now that it's been about 30 minutes, we're going to work with one at a time here. Just grab one of your doughs. We're going to roll it out nice and flat. And I'm going to there we go. Now that it's all nice and rolled out, we're going to take our butter and some cinnamon and sugar. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and melt our butter in the microwave. Now that that is all nice and melted, I'm just going to take a little pastry brush here and we're going to brush it with some butter. Now that it's all nice and brushed with butter, what we're going to do is get our cinnamon and sugar mixture and sprinkle that on. You can do as much as you like for that. I just want a little bit more. Okay, once we have that nice and coated how we want it, I just take a pizza cutter and we're going to cut ourselves some slips. Okay, then you're going to roll it up. And after you've rolled it up, you're going to place it into a baking dish that is prepared with cooking oil. I used the cooking spray that has flour mixed into it. So just roll it up. There we go. And place. And then when you're done with that, you'll do the same thing for your next loaf. All right, after you have them all nice and rolled up, this is what they'll look like. They are not ready for the oven yet. We have to start on our caramel. All right, so for the caramel portion, you need 2 cups of brown sugar. I already have that in my pan. And you want to turn it to medium. Then we have 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of water, and 1 cup of butter. And we're just going to continually mix this, and whisk it until it is nice and combined. All right, now that you have it nice and combined, it should look like this, nice and brown. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off the stove here and pour it over our dough. Make sure you go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. So we're just gonna go ahead and dump this over. Ooh. Right, now that we got that done, it's time to pop it in the oven for about an hour. All right, go ahead and pull these on out. All right, this is what these big boys look like. Alright, I have a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil. Again, for easy cleanup, you're just going to take it and very carefully flip it. Whoa! Ooh, that's hot. Alright. Alright. So we're just gonna take one of these bad boys here. Let it ooze its goodness. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna try it. Go make your own.